You are here because the outside world rejects you.
I'm the best there is at what I do, but what I do isn't very nice.
Come on, let's get nuts.
This guy's got the right idea. He wore the brown pants.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga!
I made a buddy. Come on, Peter Tingle. Here we go.
What's up? What's up? What
up? What up, indeed. We are getting our Peter Tingles on.
Yeah, we are.
We are getting ready to get nuts. It's all happening today. And, of course, everybody knows Cameo. Say what's up, Cameo.
What's up, y'all? How you doing?
Good, good, good. And I, of course, am Brad Reed. And we've got a third nerd.
Are you?
Yeah. Today I am.
You sure?
Today. Tomorrow, you know, I can't say who's going to be coming out in the mix. But it's the multiverse of Bradness. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
But yeah, so I forgot where we were at, but I know that we want to bring in the third nerd today, Chris Stum. Chris, how you doing?
What up? What up? I'm doing okay.
Now, we've known Chris probably since about the time that we started the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So about 5 years. Chris is a patron of our patreon.com/DopePods page, where he enjoys all of our shows ad-free. And what do you do? Do you get to listen to all of them? Do you listen to the horror pods at all? Is horror movies your thing?
Horror movies are not my thing, but you know, I just for you, I drop in occasionally. You know?
Okay, yeah.
But you know, Friday the 13th, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I got you. I got you. Well, we're trying to cover it all, because here's the thing. You know how it is. Like, if we could do, I have done podcasts about things that I don't care one thing about, right? But you know, I've been asked to do them or whatever. It's a lot less work when you're talking about what you love. So the nerd stuff, you know, all of our movies that we get to watch, like we'd be watching those anyway.
Right.
And so, you know, maybe I do maybe a little more work on reading comic books when I don't get a chance to read those as often, you know, but other than that, like, yeah, horror movies, nerd stuff, that's all my thing. Cameo, real quick, I got my tickets to go see Candyman Thursday.
Oh, is it out this week? I thought it was next week for some reason.
No, it comes out this Thursday.
Don't you think that's kind of like the whole bloody murder thing, but Candyman?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Or like Bloody Mary. Yeah. All the different versions of that. Yeah. But that's why I think it was like, it kind of like was more scary, because everybody remembers doing that when they were little, you know. And
I never did it.
You didn't?
Heck no.
That's a lie. Come on, Kevin.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I don't play with that. Nope.
Yeah, I was telling Nugget on our last podcast, because we were talking about American Horror Stories, and it's like different. It's not like the seasons are all themed, but with the American Horror Stories, every show is different. And so I was telling him, like the first 3 or 4, I was like, oh man, Cameo could watch this. And then the next one was one about a demon, and I was like, nope, he's out.
Nope. Not doing that.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah. So.
No, but
a demon that I get is John Constantine. That's about it.
Yeah, but I didn't realize that it was coming out this weekend. Because I saw the trailer. Well, I mean, I didn't just see the trailer, but I saw one of the trailers, and I was just like, yeah, I don't know, because it looks pretty frightening, to say the least.
Oh yeah, it does for sure. But
Jordan Peele, man, he's no joke. So I don't know.
I just want to. I wish you were going, because I love watching horror movies with you, and I know
where are you seeing it.
I'm gonna go see it at the Warren here in Midwest City. It's back.
Oh,
is it at what time?
7:15 on Thursday evening.
7:15.
I'll be there signing autographs.
Okay. I will probably not be there.
Okay. Well, dang. That's okay, because I would like to hear the movie as I'm watching it.
Yeah, you get a whole lot of nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
But when it comes out on video on demand, Cameo, I do kind of want to watch it with you and record it.
Okay.
So,
dude, what movie was it? Was it Black Widow? Yeah, I saw Black Widow in theaters. I saw a guy who brought his GoPro into the theater and was filming his reaction to it.
Oh, okay. So they let him do that?
Nobody said anything. So, and I don't know who he is. I watch a lot of YouTube. So, I mean, I've never seen him before. So yeah, I have no idea who this person was. Maybe he was, somebody like us and was doing a podcast and was getting his reaction.
Oh man, you see people everywhere now. Like, I'm sure they call themselves influencers with their their crew. Like, they have to have a whole crew come along and take their pictures. It's so funny. Hey, Chris, go ahead and turn yourself back up a little bit. My bad. But yeah, so Chris has told us, I guess he's not going to see Candyman. But I do want to know, like, because I got an idea of some of the stuff that you like from talking to you over the years and you watching our podcasts. And some people might not know, but Chris gives us a lot of behind the scenes info too that we use for the show. But tell us a little bit about, like, what comic books. Did you start with comic books and movies and stuff like that? What you're into?
A little bit of everything, just have to scour the internet and find out what's best. That's where I read a lot of my comics. I don't really go and purchase them because they're already all over the internet. So,
yeah.
That way
all
I
the comic book
more time.
All the comic book shop people are like, no, but yeah.
Right.
I'm with you though. It's just a lot easier to download them onto my iPad and read them. And because I can take them everywhere. I mean, you can take comic books anywhere, but you know what I'm saying.
So recently, what I've been reading is Blue Beetle.
Oh,
because they got the Jaime version coming out on DC. HBO.
Right.
Is planning to do that. So I've been trying to catch up on my Blue Beetle because I've been wanting a Blue Beetle, movie for a long, long, long time. I don't know about you, Cameo, but I love Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle is pretty amazing. I can't wait for was it Sholo? The guy from Cobra Kai, who's going to be playing him. So I'm pretty excited for him to be in there. I really like him as an actor. So
I feel like that's the perfect casting for the movie. I do.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
I hate to say this because I'm a diehard Marvel fan, but DC's really stepping up the game now that the whole Avengers saga is gone. So,
you mean like movies or
just
TV shows?
everything, like animated movies, movies in general? They're really trying to step up the game, and it's respect there because they've always struggled, except for back when they had the Dark Knight trilogy. That was probably prime for DC, but they're catching up. You guys know, their special has always been the animated features, but I really do think their live action stuff is getting better. We're seeing that on HBO. Well,
yeah, and you mentioned I think you just said something about the Nolan trilogy. I was making a little bit of a adjustment here, but the DC universe is branched out because when you were watching those movies, you really couldn't imagine the Flash in that, right? Or Superman.
As much as I wanted it, no.
Yeah, because I mean, again, it was more of like a realism thing where they weren't trying to go with people with meta powers, and so I definitely see, but I also feel like the whole DC movie universe right now is splintered between the Snyderverse people and everybody else, because I'm one that, again, I want to see all of those. I want to see The Flash. I want to see another Birds of Prey movie. I rewatched that not too long ago and loved it. I can't wait for Shazam 2.
Yeah, we still got Black Adam coming out too. Hopefully, eventually, The Rock is still supposed to be doing that, and we'll see how that goes. It's 3 years in the making now. So
yeah, that one's a little like I don't know what's going on there. Like sometimes I wonder if that's just The Rock talking.
Yeah, he does that.
Yeah, like
Right.
I don't know if we can smell it, what the Rock is cooking. So.
Yeah, jabronis.
But yeah, so well, let's go ahead and jump into our nerd updates here, because I know we're going to get into some stuff that you love later on in the show as well, and I'm sure we'll talk more about all kinds of stuff that you like. But it's a good segue here, because we were talking about the HBO Max and Jurnee Smollett. Is that how you say her last name, Cameo?
Smollett.
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 Yeah,
I've always
sister
loved
of Juicy.
Juicy Smollett.
Yeah. Was that his name before, or did people just call him that like after?
They started calling that after the Dave Chappelle skit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or not
right.
skit, stand
His
up.
stand up. That's right. I forgot he was into that. But
His real name is Jussie Smollett or Smollett.
yeah. Well,
Smollett.
Jurnee, she was in Birds of Prey. She was Black Canary. Took a little bit of a different backstory, I think, than like what we saw in the Arrowverse. So I'm not even sure about the comic books, but I think that her backstory got changed for the movie, which I was fine with that.
Yeah,
She still had the
there's a lot of different
superpower.
versions of
Yeah.
her.
Right.
So they're definitely not going wrong. Like there's the Arrowverse version, then there's that, like you're saying, but there's like all the multiverse versions of it. And so there's thousands of versions of her that you could take.
Right. And so she's going to be Black Canary on HBO Max. Now, Cameo, remind me, and you might not know, was it a movie or a TV show? I think it was a movie that they're developing.
It's a movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Is this? You think this is going to be like a direct sequel to Birds of Prey, just not, without Harley, since she's doing other stuff?
Maybe
I think
it
it's
might.
Origin
Go ahead.
story.
Yeah,
I think it's the origin story.
Yeah.
I would say, hopefully it's kind of like Deadpool type, where you get an origin story, but it's
Quick.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Because I don't think we
care
need.
how she got her powers, or
How did
I
she
don't
get
care.
her powers? I don't even know. Does anybody know? Chris?
She's a meta.
Right.
okay.
Okay. So yeah, that's
So
what I thought.
she's not like the
Superman
Flash,
or-
where he created himself basically.
Well, no.
Yeah. No.
Did the Flash create himself?
Technically,
Reverse Flash did that to him, but
yeah.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing too, is like we could talk about the comic books and I'd be like Lost. I used to read the Flash when I was young, but I don't remember. But if we talk about the TV show, then I know what we're talking about there. And in that one, he I guess would have got his power the same as Black Canary. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because he was
yeah, there's a couple versions of it. So one where she's a meta, one where she gets her powers from wearing a collar. So it's a bunch of different ones. Obviously, we see Birds of Prey. She's a natural. She didn't have a collar that I noticed. So,
No, I didn't notice.
You didn't see a collar or anything, did you? They didn't go into that. So, I think she's full blown meta.
So I do got to say though, like I love Jurnee. Like I loved her performance in Birds of Prey, all that. I never liked Black Canary though. I've always thought that even her superpower to me is just kind of stupid.
I'll be honest, Black Canary is probably one of my all-time favorite female heroine
Right?
from DC. Other than, not really heroine, more of like a anti-hero. Harley Quinn is probably my top though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why would you put her up that far up there? Just character.
I just think her storyline is great. Like, and I love Green Arrow too, and they're so intertwined. You know, one of the things that I read about is that Green Arrow is rumored to pop up in this movie, and I would love that. There's a lot of ways you can go about that, whether they're going to have a fling or not. Are they going to be married? Like there's just a bunch of different comic versions for Green Arrow that, we didn't see in the Arrowverse, right? Because they kind of were going down that path, but they didn't. Now I want to see it in this verse, whatever they want to call it, whether it's the Snyderverse or, whatever they want to call it. That's
the
what
Gunverse.
Yeah, the James Gunn verse.
Yeah, because I wouldn't put her in this. I wouldn't say she would be in the Snyderverse because with Birds of Prey, I didn't consider that like in the Snyderverse either. But in the DCEU, I see that's the thing. I think that they got to go back to just saying whatever. Let's just make stuff. If it's interconnected, fine. We can keep doing some that are interconnected like that. And if they're not, that's fine too. But and then I feel like that is happening. But I do, like I said, I just wasn't a fan of her, especially in Arrow on the TV show.
Let me ask you this. Was it the character that you didn't like or the actor that played the character?
Now,
or both?
No, because it could very well be the actress that played Black Canary in the show. It could very well, because I don't know. I just didn't like her. And so in that regard, I probably haven't given Black Canary as much of a chance as I would as a character. But again, I do like Jurnee a lot better. I liked what she did with the character. So I'm more interested now for sure. And so, like, to me, she's Journey's better than than the one we had in Arrowverse. So, but
well, they're definitely going a little bit more violent and non-kid friendly. So it would make sense if you like this version better.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Although Arrow, the show Arrow, could get a little brutal at times. For I didn't. Yeah. I did. I liked that. I liked Arrow going up till maybe a little bit after the big Deathstroke season, and then after that, I was kind of like
3.
Yeah, I was kind of like, man, I don't know. It just a lot of those, to me, a lot of the CW shows end up getting a little redundant season to season, and I feel like they could cut down on the episodes, and that would help. So, all right, let's. We're still doing nerd updates, but here's the biggest one in the nerd world. I guess was it last Sunday or was it Sunday night that somebody leaked the trailer?
Yes.
Online?
Yes.
Okay. And then yesterday, which was Monday, we were recording this on a Tuesday, but yesterday it was officially released. But did you see, like, I guess somebody that was working on the effects or something like that, or some, no, not that. It was somebody that was given a copy to review, but of course they weren't supposed to show anybody, and apparently that person uploaded it or let somebody uploaded it.
But not like it mattered that much, because it was hard to see anything anyways. Like, you can make out Doctor Strange, you can make out Spiderman, but Cameo, you know this too, like it was poor quality. It was
I'm still excited.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the leak because I was like, man, I'm just gonna watch the official trailer. And so I did when it came out.
Which
yesterday.
came out 24 hours later.
Yeah.
You know what mind blows me about this though? August 23rd. I totally missed this in WandaVision. I know you guys have reviewed WandaVision and those kinds of things, but on the calendar, I saw a picture that August 23rd was marked, right? And you can't help but think, with it being Marvel, how far ahead do they think, right? Did they know they were going to release it on this day, instead of Spider-Man Day, which would have been the obvious one? But
yeah, supposedly it was probably just a coincidence, because also too, this is the 2-year anniversary of when Spider-Man left the MCU for a brief period. You remember when they basically had to renegotiate Spider-Man? So yeah, it's been 2 years since then. And so it might have been something like that, but I mean, who knows? I mean, I like the fact that that might have been an Easter egg in WandaVision. So, I mean, regardless of how it was meant to go down, because they're never going to tell us the exact reason. I'm pretty sure there was little things in different places too where it had 8:23. They might have looked at a watch or something, something goofy like that. But I mean, you never know.
Marvel will never say.
Right.
But you did see that in the episode. Do you have like a screen cap of it?
I saw a screen cap. I haven't actually gone back to look for it in WandaVision, but I saw it, and I'm led to believe that it's actually a real thing. I don't think anybody would Photoshop that.
Right. I'll look it up too, because I want to see that. That's pretty cool.
Oh, wait.
Oh, there it is. I can't wait. There.
Oh,
yep, there it is.
So this was a scheduled trailer release. You guys think, because I was thinking that they maybe forced their hand with it basically by releasing it early or leaking it. But you guys think that it was meant to be, or did somebody time travel back to WandaVision? See what I'm saying?
You never know. It's Marvel.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like the Berenstain Bears and all that. So yeah. What were
couple things though?
Yeah,
we were talking about the trailer, right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of Easter eggs. One big one, right? A big question for me. Two actually. One is, why is the Sanctum Sanctorum like frozen over? That's the first question. Second question is, I don't know if you guys noticed, but he's still wearing the Eye of Agamotto without the Time Stone. And so I haven't read Doctor Strange comics or anything, but do you guys think it's just a prop now for him, or do you think that it still has like magical qualities, kind of like his cape?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big Strange fan either, but also too, I didn't realize, and so I don't know, like when they said the Time Stone was in that necklace, I didn't know that was an Infinity Stone. I just thought that was just some like magical pendant that he had on his neck the whole time. So I'm not 100% sure. And he might have, gotten the Time Stone, and I don't know. It's a multiverse.
It's possible too that when the timeline reset and he went back to go give the Time Stone to the other person that was ahead of him, it's quite possible that he remained there. But it just didn't look like that it was still there.
Right.
Yeah.
And another cool things I saw, and just I was reading online those things. I didn't actually see this in the trailer, but there's a Black Cat reference. There's sitting behind Peter, looks like in the school somewhere, there's Black Cats listed on the wall. And one thing I love about Spider-Man is, he has several love interests, right? Black Cat has always been one of those later on between MJ and those kinds of things. So it makes you wonder how far, kind of like they were planning the Sinister Six so far ahead. How far ahead are they thinking with him Endgame, because Tom Holland is pretty young, right? So where are they going to go with it, Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm really man, I'm so excited for this movie. It could be dog crap when it actually comes out, but I'm still so excited for it. Alfred Molina's coming back, Willem Dafoe is coming back. So two of the best villains in the Spider-Man franchises are coming back, and I'm just like, yes, this is amazing.
And I think, don't quote me on this, but I think we're going to see Sandman. I think we're also going to see Electro, because remember there were...
Yeah, Jamie Foxx is in it for sure.
Jamie Foxx. Okay. And then I think there's a couple more options, right? What if we get Mephisto?
I don't even want to hear his name ever again. After
you don't like Mephisto?
No, well, after all the speculation on the TV shows that he was going to pop up, and
I think the only way he's going to pop up,
somebody was hiding as him.
Yeah, I think the only way he's going to pop up is either in Doctor Strange or a Ghost Rider movie or WandaVision, or not WandaVision, but the Scarlet Witch movie that's supposedly coming out. So,
and here's why I say that is because in the trailer, there's somebody holding up a sign of Peter right after the world knows his identity. There's a sign that says "Devil in Disguise." And so there's a lot of theories out there that the Doctor Strange on the train is not the Doctor Strange we know. They're theorizing that it's the Doctor Strange we're going to see in the What If episode, like the evil Doctor Strange, because people are like, why in the world would he ruin the universe? This isn't the Doctor Strange we know.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say, Cameo, Brad. I'm kind of just along for the ride at this point. I can't wait till December 17th.
Oh man, I'm so excited about it. I can't wait to see Doctor Strange punch Peter right out of his suit.
Right?
Yeah.
And not in a bad way, but I think I saw a screen cap of that and I was like, oh, that looks so cool. But do you also so I guess what he's going to basically, Doctor Strange is going to make it so that nobody remembers he was Spider-Man as Peter Parker, but then nobody's going to remember him, right? I think it's going to go further than what he really wanted, right?
nobody except Doctor Strange, right? Because
Yeah.
he's the one who casts the spell.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. So there's
would that not make him an Avenger anymore?
yeah, well, probably so. But also the thing about that is like this movie with the multiverse stuff, I think would be like so cool on its own. But then them also bringing in all those other people from the past movies, like genius.
And here's another genius. I swear, there's a
By
scene.
the moon. Oh, sorry.
There is a scene, and I swear it's Matt Murdock. I swear it's Daredevil.
I believe it. Was he out of his costume, right?
Out of his costume, but as the lawyer representing him.
Right. I've heard several people say that he was on
Because he's being charged with murder here, right? So he needs a lawyer realistically, and who better to represent superheroes than, well, two options, but you know, She-Hulk is one of them, but we're not there yet. And two, Matt Murdock. I mean,
Yeah.
Matt Murdock has already been introduced, at least in the Netflix series. My thoughts are that they're going to finally make that canon into the MCU.
Well, technically, it's already canon. They just couldn't for whatever reason, because it was separate. You know, Marvel Studios was one, and then Disney. But I mean, because if you remember, I think it was I can't remember if it was Daredevil or one of the other ones where they were talking about the big green monster tore down Harlem last week or whatever. So obviously that happened in Incredible Hulk, and we see them referencing that but
they can never reference him by name in the movie.
Right. So it technically it is canon, or they'll talk about the big event, which was not Infinity War. Oh my goodness. The first Avengers. Yeah. They wouldn't call it that, it was just, the huge event that happened. So, I mean, technically it is canon. So, you're probably right. If any lawyer would show up, it would probably be Charlie Cox's Daredevil.
Yeah.
And he helped him out in the comics too, multiple times. Mm-hmm. So, why not?
Yeah. Another thing we noticed, we were talking about Sandman, but in that Sandman scene, in that quick, 3-4 second scene with Sandman,
mm-hmm.
pretty sure with Sandman and not just an explosion, there is a black suit Spider-Man. And my thoughts here is that they're bringing in Tobey Maguire from the movie when he was in the black suit, and this would allow him to kind of continue where they left off.
I would like that. That'd be cool. Because I think I saw some action figures, right? That were the black suit that are released for No Way Home.
And I don't know if it's the black suit from Tobey Maguire's day or the black suit from from Tobey, from Tom Holland. Too many T's. But yeah, I just think that there's going to be a lot in this movie. I think part of me wants to say that I'm going to be super surprised come December 17th, but also we've seen so much now that anything's possible.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Like if they show another trailer, obviously it's not going to be for another couple months for a new trailer, but I think if Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield being in this movie, they're not going to show that until the movie day, and I'm totally fine with that. Mm-hmm. If they do show it, I'm still going to be excited, but I won't be as excited to see the movie. But yeah, I more than likely those two will be making an appearance in this film.
Yeah,
with them doing CGI and stuff, it's going to be so easy to put Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield's in that place. So in the train sequence, the only person that fought Sandman was Tobey Maguire. So that might actually be him on the train. Mm-hmm. Or the only person that fought Electro was Andrew Garfield. So in that sequence, that might be him, and Tom Holland's flying through to help or whatever. But yeah, man, I think, you know, some of those CGIs have thrown us off before, like they did in Infinity War. So
yeah, and obviously, you know, I read that, you know, with Tom Holland being so young, they got like this whole 10, 12-year plan, right?
Mhm.
Where he's eventually gonna be the age that Tobey Maguire was whenever he started, right? I believe Tobey was like 30 something whenever he first started.
Mhm.
But, you know, and Andrew Garfield, obviously a little bit older too, but you want to see him mature, right? Because right now it's believable that he is a high school student, right?
yeah,
Believing that Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield were, you know, Andrew Garfield a little bit more college is believable, right? But,
right.
you know, high school for the first Spider-Man, you know, it's just a little less believable. But it's still appreciated, right? Because if that movie didn't exist, we probably wouldn't have Spider-Man today, you know?
Right.
I
Totally agree.
So are we setting ourselves up for disappointment though? Because like, what if Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire make like just small cameos? Are you going to be disappointed?
No,
I still
you'll
won't
just
be
happy
disappointed
either way.
because I feel like that still sets up more for later, right?
Yeah.
So like we're seeing them, we can't unsee them in movies, right?
Right.
You know, if they make an appearance, it's going to be a big one.
And I also think so too, is that if with them, you know, popping up like Chris said, you know, this could be something more in the future, and we might get that fourth, you know, Tobey Maguire film. We might get that third Andrew Garfield film. You know, obviously just depending on how Sony wants to go about it. And if for some odd reason where they want to, you know, separate the universes again, you know, the Venom, the Tom Hardy Venom could be, you know, the
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, it could be with Andrew Garfield or, you know, with Toby.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, just don't bring back what was his name? That 70s show.
Yeah.
Topher Grace.
The reason why I say
Topher Grace, yeah.
Yeah. The reason why I say Andrew Garfield is because it makes sense, right? Because we've already been introduced to a Venom in Toby's world. So if they want a continuity right here, continuity, then, you know, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Especially, you know, picking off of Andrew Garfield's grief and loss of Gwen Stacy, you know, that's a perfect reason for a symbiote to bond with him. So
Right.
So when does this comes out? December 17th. When does the Doctor Strange movie come out?
I think next year, right?
Early next year?
or later. They haven't put a date on it, I don't think. Let me check.
The reason I bring that up is just watching everything that's going to go on in this movie makes me that much more excited for the Doctor Strange movie too.
Mm-hmm.
March 25th, 2022, Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah. So it's because it's getting crazy. But what I was wondering though, like, obviously this takes place after everything that happened with Loki, right? So is that why Doctor Strange was able to do his spell? Because nobody's there to say, don't do that?
I don't know. I mean, he's the Sorcerer Supreme, so he could basically do whatever he wants. But I mean, then again,
this is the main timeline. What if this is what Kang wants?
Yeah. Also, too, the one who remains, you know, it's funny because you see these memes around where you see Thanos saying, I'm inevitable, and Iron Man saying, I am Iron Man. And he was like, you know, I wrote that. So, I mean, this all might be the main timeline because there's still a main timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Sacred
timeline.
Yeah. So, I mean, everything is just branching out from there.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Doctor Strange may have, doing what he did, made more branches go out. That's what's opening up Tobey Maguire and all those people coming in.
But that's the least of what we expected. I don't think any of us expected him to be responsible for another branch. We thought he'd be the one to fix it.
Yeah, yeah, true.
And maybe that's what Multiverse of Madness is going to go down, is he's trying to fix that. So
yeah, like he's probably let all of the Pandora out of the box and
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I can't.
And there was
wait.
a scene in the trailer that some people are saying that it might be one of those like mystical monsters or whatever, but there was like a black hand reaching out for Tom Holland Spider-Man, and then you see it something sparkle because what's his face, Doctor Strange, like shot it away. So some people are thinking that might be this like a symbiote of some sort, or again maybe a dimension demon hand or whatever. But that could be your Mephisto.
Doctor Strange is so weird in the aspect of anything could happen. Like
Mm-hmm.
I really do need to read his comic books because I think there's a lot there, right? I mean, it's just there's so much to read, so much to catch up. But I did Google real quick to see what they have so far and what the plot line of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is going to be. And Google says, following the further adventures of Dr. Stephen Strange and his research on the Time Stone. So I think they're going to bring the Time Stone back.
Yeah.
Sounds like.
Which is, I still love that they were worthless in the Loki show. That was great.
Yeah.
So, all right. Cameo.
Yo.
Did you watch the latest What If?
Yes.
What about you? What about
almost
you,
brought me
Chris?
to tears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's we need to talk about good old Chadwick.
Let's do, but since we've all seen it, let's say spoiler alert, because there's going to be spoilers. Again, I kind of feel like a lot of people that are watching this, because it's more of a niche thing. Like, I feel like people are probably watching it day of, so I don't feel like we're going to be spoiling this too bad for most people. But however,
this is one of those shows that it's going to be the diehard fans watching. Like, there are a lot of people I feel like that are just going to pass up on this and be like, it's a cartoon, it's whatever, and part of me was like that at first, but I'm also the type of guy that's willing to give everything Marvel a chance, right? And if I don't like it, I don't like it. But in comic books in general, right, I give DC a lot of chances, But yeah, you're right. I mean, this episode, I think, is probably one of the ones that everybody was looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
With Chadwick. It's the last thing that he'll ever have done, and so at least in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I don't know if he got into another movie or something after, or, in between, but definitely gives a different perspective of him being Star-Lord, being abducted from, he goes out, he's disappointed in his dad, and then he goes out to get some fresh air, and then all of a sudden he's abducted, and then you get a flash forward, and then you see what's his name? Cameo. Do you know anything about?
Man, Michael Rooker.
Yondu.
Yeah, you see Yondu and the Ravagers, right? And well, I guess you see the Ravagers first, and you say, did you get him? We got the wrong guy. But he's like, I'm from Wakanda, and they go along with it, So a little bit of humor there, lighthearted humor, knowing that this is somebody that we'll never hear from again, kind of thing. But what I really want to go into with you guys is the what if scenarios, right? We see towards the end of the episode, we see a Peter Quill working at a restaurant, and we see Ego show up, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is after already seeing the Collector having all of the Avengers memorabilia and things like that, assuming that, what if Star-Lord doesn't become Star-Lord? What if Peter Quill doesn't become Star-Lord? And then there are no Avengers and those kinds of things. So let's talk about that a little bit. What did you guys think of all that? How did you comprehend that?
That, like, what if there were no Avengers and all of that?
Yeah, like, I don't know if that thought occurred to you, but I mean, it didn't occur to me at first. Like, I saw the shield and I was like, oh, that's Captain America's shield. Oh, that's Thor's hammer. Oh, different things like that. But and then Howard the Duck, which is a great.
Man, Howard the Duck was awesome, because for a minute there I thought he was going to be like the Rocket.
Yeah, and he might be. Who knows?
Yeah, because they kind of reassembled the team, but with different people. including Thanos, which was great.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh, let's talk about that for a second. So you see Thanos, and he's like, "Namaste," kind of.
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah,
kind of thing. But you think about it too. Where is Gamora? What is she doing? Is she still on her home planet since Thanos never went, or did Thanos try and then realize it was stupid? You know, like there's a lot of what if situations that kind of make you think.
Definitely, because when he thought that Wakanda had got destroyed, right? But that was just a lie that was told to him. Yeah. But I, for a minute, was thinking, oh man, without him there, Wakanda did get destroyed, and so like, you know, like you were saying, it could be an Avengerless world here, or universe, and so things probably aren't as good for everybody back on Earth. Although Thanos hasn't attacked them, so there's that.
But at the same time, the Collector becomes the big threat.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
So,
which did they get Benicio to do the voice? I don't think they did.
It didn't sound like him, but I don't know.
I don't think
it sounded similar to me. Then again, I haven't seen the Collector in a movie in a while, so you know, it sounded very, very, very similar. But
yeah.
There are a lot of things. I bet you if we were to Google and look at in the collector's room, right?
Oh,
I bet you there's a lot of things that we missed.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
There was so much that you could see in the movie too, in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, like in his room. But yeah, I do want to back it up and look again because it was more expansive in this version. But
Benicio del Toro did voice him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just didn't sound like him to me for some reason, but that's cool. Yeah, that's really cool.
I'm kind of a sensitive guy. I don't know about you, but by the end of the episode, Cameo, I was crying.
Yeah, you know, it's super sad. You know, because you know the little title card at the end of the episode, and realizing that we will never see him again in the movies. And I know a lot of people are butthurt. I know a lot of people at first were like, you know, never do another T'Challa. And, you know, I'm kind of 50-50 on that. Just because, you know, T'Challa did bring something to the table that if somebody else tried to either mimic that or do something different, or I should say, sorry, if somebody tried to mimic that, I wouldn't like it.
Oh, well, you were saying people were butthurt about this version or going forward?
Going forward.
Oh, okay. I was like, because, man, of course,
my thoughts, though,
he's voicing it.
I really do think they're going to bring Shuri in.
I mean, hey, I'm totally cool with that. Again, you know, if this whole multiverse thing is gonna, because I know Black Panther, the sequel, or Wakanda Forever, is being shot as we speak. I'm wondering if, you know, this multiverse is going to bring in a new Black Panther, a new T'Challa,
or like a Killmonger who is from a different,
like a variant.
Yeah, or that too. You know, the one that is helping, you know, Tony Stark in one of these what if episodes.
Right.
So because they did say, and I don't know if Chris, you heard this when we talked about it before, but these characters in the what if shows are going to eventually, if not soon, be in the Marvel movies that are, you know, coming out
live
now.
Action.
The live action versions.
That's why I said earlier that when we went back to Mephisto or an evil Doctor Strange, right? That we're supposed to get an episode towards the end of What If about that. So that's why I said it's a possibility, but it's Marvel, so anything can happen.
Yeah, and you did. I don't know if you saw this in one of the trailers for the What If episodes. Killmonger got the Black Jaguar suit on, so you know that he could. Michael B. Jordan might be coming back and, you know, be a good guy. And yeah, I'm totally cool with that.
I would love for that to happen
too, with one exception. We got to figure out behind, because he presumably died. So we gotta have a way that's not just like, oh, we revived him, kind of like they did with T'Challa whenever he died, you know, or was dying, you know, with the snow and stuff.
That's what I'm saying though. Like with the multiverse, like somehow he comes from a different you know.
Yeah, just like, you know, Alfred Molina and Willem Dafoe's character.
Which
so it might be something like that.
We would have never thought they'd ever come back.
Right. Yeah. And so in this other universe, maybe he is Black Panther or something, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, because it could be the universe that T'Challa was in. And, you know, when he was gone, even though we didn't see Killmonger in this episode, maybe he was out, you know, doing his thing. And, you know, they're not wanting to give everything away in the first 2 episodes. So, you know, I mean, it all just depends on you know, how they're all going to go about it. But I mean, I don't see, I mean, because the other person that stole the show in Black Panther was Killmonger.
Right.
So, I mean, you bring him back, I bet you a lot of people would be happy.
Yeah, I would be for it. And
I'm up for Michael B. Jordan again.
That would feel more organic than trying to recast to me.
Right.
So I'm looking forward. There's going to be like the zombie episode, right? When is that?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Probably in the next 2 episodes.
Yeah, it's towards the end, kind of like the same, but there's like a whole, we have to think about this, that there's a whole Earth that's just zombies.
And Spider-Man's the savior. That's great. I love it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the action figures.
Yeah, you're all about those toys, Brad.
Yeah, I am. I got a new one the other day. My wife is probably finding this out for the first time on the show, but I got the. Hey, how do you,
Krang?
Chris? How do you say his name? Are you able to see who I'm pointing at from the Turtles?
The brain.
Because like I
don't know.
I always called him Krang. And
Krang?
And so I went to GameStop to buy that, and of course I did have my mask on, and I'm like, so do you still have the Krang? Because they had it out, and then I guess they'd put it in the back, and so he was like, who? And I was like, the Krang from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and he's like, who? I was like, Krang with a G. He's like, oh, Krang, like Krang, and I'm like,
Krang.
Is that how it said?
No, it's Krang.
Krang.
Yeah.
Krang. Yeah.
Okay.
Because the only reference that I might have for that would be the cartoon, but it's been so long since I watched that. But it also could be something to me, because the reason I second guess myself was like I read a lot more than I talk to people. And so sometimes I've seen a word a million times and didn't quite know how to pronounce it exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I was like sitting there questioning myself, like, but then I was like, if somebody said, hey, Krang or Krang from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it was Krang, I'd be like, oh man. I mean, I that would be easy enough to kind of figure out, right?
Now if you would have said
no offense
Crane,
to this guy if he's watching.
If you say Crane, okay, I'd be like, no, it's Krang.
Right.
But not like if it sounds like you're saying Krang, I'm gonna say, oh, okay. I'm sorry that I'm not pronouncing the G as loud as you want me to.
Yeah.
But I mean, right.
Well, it wasn't the G, it was I pronounce it with a hard A, and he had it more at a Krang.
Krang.
Yeah.
It's Krang. I'll slap it for you, Brad. That's stupid. Don't correct me on a crazy brain robot man. Like, get out of here.
But no offense if he is watching. We appreciate you watching. Become a patron just like Chris at
and if you hate me talking about you,
DopePods.
give us a dislike on YouTube. We greatly appreciate it.
And tell us why.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Chris
don't just dislike. Tell us why.
Yeah, so Chris knows the game. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, let's move on to our last segment, our PandemPicks, which unfortunately we're still in the pandemic, so there's all kinds of stuff for you to watch at the house. But there's a few things that I wanted to talk about that Chris has been talking about, but I don't watch these shows. And I'll tell you, with a couple of them, I do want to watch. I just haven't got into them. But are we going to start with Lois and Superman?
Let's start with Teen Titans because I know Cameo has been watching that.
Okay.
So we're on what, episode 5 this week?
Yeah, this week. Yeah.
Of season 3, right?
Season 3.
Season 3, yeah.
Okay, let me just preface this. I'm going to let you guys kind of go at it because I've watched episode 1 of season 1. That's as far as I'm in. And it's not that I didn't like it. Just haven't, I got other stuff that I've been.
I will say
doing.
this: the first season is good, but it is kind of slow starting out.
It is.
So,
and I didn't
really like it towards the last.
I didn't really like our guy Nightwing as a detective. He looked like a little kid, like if he would have been more of like how the Flash is, like a CSI guy. He's, goes to a crime scene, pick her up or clean her up or whatever he does. More something like that. I would believe it, but he just seemed very too baby-faced to really believe that he's a detective.
Right.
Brad, there's a reason to that though, of why they did that. Like it's
is
character development. Really, if you watch the series, he really does. It's all a part about finding himself.
Right. Yeah.
He's rebelling against Bruce because he's done with the whole Cape Crusader thing, right? He doesn't want to be Robin anymore.
Right.
So he's figuring out his identity as Dick Grayson. And that's, if you put yourself in those shoes after, certain tragedies, different things, after being manipulated by Batman, chasing, having to chase wolves and cut the head off of a wolf, Cameo knows what I'm talking about, but just a bunch of stuff that a 12-year-old boy doesn't need to experience.
Sure, but that's not necessarily my point. It's just that make him just a regular beat cop trying to find his way in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? He's just too young to be a detective for it to be believable for me.
Yeah,
that's the only gripe I have, and it's not a big one.
Yeah. One other gripe I got is about the show, and then we'll go into the positives. Cameo is I still get set aback by the Starfire character. Like, if you're comparing her to like the only Starfire we've ever experienced in the Teen Titans, cartoon, right? You get, she's supposed to be more of a funny, like trying to learn Earth type character, and they've made her so serious, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like I'm on the fence about this one. And Cameo, I want your thoughts. I think I remember you telling me that you really do like how they're going about Starfire.
Yeah, I really do. I knew there was like a lot of backlash. One, because a black woman was playing this character, and that's what made me like it even more. Her character. This whole show isn't kid friendly at all.
Right, because Robin says F Batman in episode 1.
Right. And I mean it's a bloody mess. They curse. And I wouldn't say it's a bloody mess. I mean, there's a lot of blood in it. A lot of adult content, and I think they would have lost the motion of the show of where it was going if they had somebody ditzy like we've seen in the Teen Titans show, because in the Teen Titans show Starfire was already here, so they're teenagers. Everybody's grown up except for I would say Beast Boy's probably, late
Raven.
teens, and Raven. So I think she just turned 16 in the first season or something like that. So, it's I'm glad the way they're going with it, because it's grown up.
They're actually killing people off, which is like we can get onto this later. Cameo, you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Killing people off.
Yeah.
But it's definitely an adult show, which I love. I don't know that I would have kept watching it if it were like the cartoon, but just I want a little bit more of that ditzy Starfire, right? Not her being like, who am I? Why am I having these flashbacks? I hate my sister kind of thing. Like, I want real Starfire.
Yeah. And I know that even in the DC film, the Judas
Priest.
Was that what it was called?
Judas Contract.
Judas Contract. Yeah. So, she wasn't ditzy, but she was still not hip to Earth's standards. I could, she was grown in that because, she made a double entendre. I wouldn't say double entendre, but she made a nasty, not nasty, a perverse, I guess you could say, comment to Nightwing. And Nightwing was like, whoa. We got kids here, basically. So, I mean,
they're insinuating a lot of things. Yeah.
Yes. So I wouldn't mind that type of Starfire, but again, I don't know, the director's, what his vision was. If it was just like, that's cool, but I'm going to go a different route. This is going to be my version of Starfire, how I see it. So, again, but with Starfire, I like where they're going with it. I'm loving the show. Brad, get caught up ASAP.
Yeah, Brad, you need to catch up. just spend the weekend binging it. But
I did, but it's one of those. It's not like a joyful show, at least for the first episode that I watched, and so it's just one of those things that I know if I power through a couple of them, I'll probably get hooked. Same with Doom Patrol, I like what I see, but I haven't been hooked yet.
I actually enjoy Doom Patrol more than I do Titans, which is surprising because I love Nightwing, right? But Doom Patrol, you got Brendan Fraser in there who's playing the robot. I forget what his name is, but Cameo, do you remember?
No, I don't.
Okay, so he's playing the robot, and then you have, Beast Boy shows up in there, so that was cool, in the first couple episodes in the first season. So eventually they're going to cross over somewhere.
Yeah.
You got Cyborg in the newer season, which was cool because, you see that. You've got, who else we got? We've got, what's her name? The lady who can shift around.
Yeah.
I don't know the comics too well for Doom Patrol. I was just watching it, Honestly, I'd forgotten Doom Patrol was a thing until the show, but I enjoy the show for what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, I'll say Doom Patrol would be more of a comedy. It is, just like Titans, but it's more, it's like dark humor almost. But yeah, it's a lot lighter, I would say, than Titans for sure.
Well, you said dark humor because at first when you're like it's a comedy, I was like, is it? From the first episode,
yeah.
But with the dark humor, that makes a lot more sense. Which I feel like is going to be the tone. Like again, there's a tone to the CW shows, and then there's a tone to these HBO Max shows, and that I feel like that's going to be what you're going to get with HBO Max.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good segue there. And to the CW verse. The CW shows. That's what they want to call it now, is the CW verse. It'll always be Arrowverse.
Yeah.
It will always be that, but CW verse doesn't sound as good. But
I call it the Berlanti verse too.
Go ahead.
I said I call it the Berlanti verse too. Great.
Oh,
Berlanti.
that's true.
He produces all of those. Go ahead though.
Let's talk about a show that's really surprised me, Cameo. Superman and Lois, right? When we saw them in an episode of Supergirl, I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how to feel about this. But I started watching the show to give it a chance, and it's the best show on DC TV right now.
Yeah.
Like, Hands down. I don't know, Brad. You got to get in on this. It's only one season, so I'm sure you can catch up.
I don't like Superman. I never have.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's less about Superman and it's more about Superboy.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, nothing about Superman interests me. Not Superboy, Superdog, Supergirl.
Crypto the Superdog, yeah.
Yeah, like I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just never have liked Superman. Like, he's just been so I know and listen, I know lots of people that love Superman, but he's been boring to me. That's just me.
He's pretty boring. It's weird to say this because it's basically the same show. You got Supergirl and Superman, and Superman is 10 times better than Supergirl was.
100%.
The only reason why I watched Supergirl was due to the fact that it had Martian the Manhunter. That was the only reason I watched that.
That was cool.
So
and they never call him Martian the Manhunter. They call him They call him
Jean. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I'm not I don't like Superman at all, but I do like Tyler Hoechlin though.
I caught him first from when he was in Teen Wolf. That's the
same here.
Time that I'd ever seen him in anything. And now, like, I was like, he could be a good Superman, and he really does. He does it.
Yeah, he plays it pretty well.
He looks like a good Superman. To me. I don't hate me for this, but I think he might be the best person to play Superman as an individual. You know, like if we're talking, if we're not basing it off of looks, those kinds of things, and we're humanizing Superman, I think Tyler Hoechlin is the best one.
Yeah.
Because we're seeing the Smallville side of him more.
Mm-hmm.
But that show, it also introduced Steel to us. Steel is a comic book friend. He takes up the mantle where Superman can't. So I need to read the comic books with him in it more. But he's another major character that they brought in, which was cool. One thing I didn't like though is they tried so hard to bring in Zod again, and it didn't feel right. It didn't feel natural. Mm-hmm. Like you got that plot line again where let's make Kryptonians, and it just didn't fit very well. But the finale overall, the show, I'm stoked for season 2.
Yeah.
When does season 2 begin?
I imagine it'd be next fall.
So is Superman and Lois, like some of those CW shows end up on Netflix, or is it on Netflix right now, or where can I watch?
It's on HBO Max right now.
Is it?
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I don't know if all the episodes are, but it is on HBO Max. The first few anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
You can also get onto the CW app and watch it too.
Yeah, they have all the episodes on the CW app right now.
I'll watch it. I will give it a chance because you recommended it. Because that's the point of PandemPicks.
Yeah. Let's see. What else was there? We wanted to talk about, what was it, Brad? We were going to talk about, DC's Legends of Tomorrow. DC's Legends of Tomorrow is...
All right. I'm going to go take a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not a fan, Cameo. You're not a fan.
No.
Neither of us are. We're
so
not.
I watched this show just to watch it, right? Because it's another DC show. It's getting out there, but the only reason I watch it is for continuity. Just to know what's going on if they were to do another crossover, things like that. It started out good because it's about history, right? It's going through history and things like that, and that's what I like the most. Now they're into aliens, and it's way too far out there for me.
Yeah, well, you were talking about like, oh man, who was? It's not Black Canaries. Is she White
Sarah
Canary
Lance.
or
White Canary? Sarah Lance.
Yeah, Sarah. Yeah.
Turn like half human hybrid clone. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out. I was out like I think the first season, or maybe it was the second season when they had.
I think it was the second season for me. I was like, okay.
Was it? It was the Nazi zombies. I was just like, nah.
Yeah. And another reason why I watch it is for John Constantine. I love that they were able to bring him back.
Yeah.
after his show got canceled, but they're kind of doing him dirty. They took away his powers, and he's feeding off of demon blood just to be able to use magic. So
I love some demon's blood. I always get me a cup before bed. You know,
only tiger's blood for me, y'all.
Tiger's blood.
# winning.
That's all you need, Cameo. That's all you need. Cameo, did you have any PandemPicks for this week?
Yeah, I watched a couple movies over the weekend. One of them is an oldie. It's not like super old, but it has what you call it? Amy Poehler and Paul Rudd, called "They Came Together." So ridiculous. It's basically a comedy on rom-coms. So they're basically making fun of, romance comedies. So,
is it like one of them, like the Wayans brothers movies where they like satire it, or is it just kind of?
Yes. It is so ridiculous. It's funny.
Did they make fun of The Notebook?
No. It's not like they reference any of those movies or anything like that. It's just like, so, it basically, the movie's about Paul Rudd and Amy Poehler, and basically the whole movie is them talking about how they came together.
Right.
So he worked for this big CEO conglomerate company. She had this small mom and pop candy store, and basically how they came together was through a mutual friends. And basically, like I said, it was just like this. There's so much wildness in the movie that if I explain stuff to you, you were like, that sounds dumb. You just got to watch it. If you just want to watch something stupid and funny, watch this movie. I watched Reminiscence starring
Hugh Jackman.
What's his name? Yeah, Hugh Jackman and Thandie Newton.
Yeah, I need to watch that. It's on my list.
It's yeah.
I didn't like it either. I thought it was it is very slow, and slow movies don't bother me if they're interesting. But I didn't feel like this was all that interesting. What's that?
Is some kind of Inception?
It tried to be.
No, it was more like Minority Report, and like a noir version of Minority Report.
But like in the future.
Yeah.
That one was something. I would say give it a shot. I mean, it's not like, if you have nothing else to watch, I'd say watch that.
Nah, I'd say go watch the Marlon Wayans special if you're already on HBO Max.
But I also watched Sweet Girl, Jason Momoa.
Yeah, how was that?
It was pretty good. There were some things I didn't like about it. And I'm not going to get into it because it would give away the movie. But yeah, the girl that played Dora is his daughter. I'll say who played Dora in the live action movie, Dora the Explorer.
Dora the Explorer.
Yeah. So she's in it. She plays his daughter. I would say watch that. It did get kind of, long, but the action kind of offset that a little bit. So I'd say check that out.
For sure. I also, like I said, I watched Reminiscence. I didn't like that one. I did watch. Go ahead.
Real quick.
Yeah.
So They Came Together is on Hulu. If you want to watch that. Actually, I think it might be on Netflix. Either way, just check one of those two. But Sweet Girl is a Netflix movie, so check that out. And then HBO Max was Reminiscence. So yeah. And
like I said, the Marlon Wayans, that was my PandemPick because we need to laugh. It's not. I told Cameo this already. It's called You Know What It Is, and I love the Wayans brothers. I love all their movies, all that stuff. But it wasn't like mind blowing. Like I don't know, like just new kind of humor. Nothing new to it. It was jokes you kind of heard before, but it's Marlon's spin on it. So it was pretty funny. So I would recommend that. And then I also want to recommend for the second week in a row, Reservation Dogs, because that I can't get enough of that show right now. I love it.
Did you watch the latest one?
Yeah, Punk and
Episode
Lusty.
4?
And then okay, so the first.
Oh, real quick,
yeah.
What my friend was in there, in the scene where Big Bear's mom had the one night.
Yeah.
The girl that served the lemonade.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
my friend.
Oh, nice.
That's my friend. She's
nice.
in it. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that one. Episodes 3 and 4 were just so good. I think the last time me and you talked about it was episodes 1 and 2. Yeah. But like the last episode 3, like the Sonic cups and drinks all over everywhere. That's me.
Yep.
That is so me. And that's, you don't even have to be Native American. Like that's Oklahoma right there. Like,
right.
So, and then
Sonic
episode 4
and Sooner Football.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Episode 4 is also out too. So yeah, Punk and Lusty. Check it out.
Punk and Lusty, dude.
Guys, have you guys been watching Stargirl?
No.
Brad, watch Stargirl. Watch it.
Watch Stargirl.
Okay.
Watch it. 100%.
I know
Yes.
there's a new season coming, or is it already out? Is there
Already out.
Season 2's out?
Oh, it's
now?
already out?
Yep, they started 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Is it on HBO Max or is it on Hulu?
HBO Max.
It is on the CW.
Oh, CW, okay.
Oh,
Yep.
I thought I heard it was
airs
coming
on
to
Tuesday
HBO Max.
nights.
What'd you say? Sorry.
Tuesday nights.
Oh, okay.
7 o'clock.
Okay. Oh, well, then we got to go.
Oh, it's been we gotta go time, Cameo.
It's been.
Now we gotta thank you, Chris, for coming on. We'll get you on again.
Anytime.
Yeah, we'll get you on again. We really appreciate it. Again, be like Chris. Go to our patreon.com/DopePods page. It's $1 a month right now. So
And you get a free t-shirt eventually.
yeah,
right?
you will
Yeah.
get a
Yep.
shirt. I've got a Foot Clan beanie for you. We're gonna hook you up. I've got an empty John Cena box.
Okay.
So, Cameo.
Keep it nerdy.
Smile and put on a happy face.
Wakanda forever!
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
That was awesome!
Freeze all motor functions.